Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This thing. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I trust that you're doing well. It's been a while and I'm glad that you've clicked on this video once again. Something I want to show you. Let me flip the camera. You see that you're looking at what is called a base station. It's what you're seeing right there. It's called a base station. A base station is a radio transmitter or receiver of signals. The signals that keep your mobile phone working or your laptop wherever you are. Now a base station serves a particular location and the location is called a cell. So whenever you're from one area to another, just know that you've flown from one cell to another. That is, if your network switches to another base station, it means that you've switched to another cell. You're receiving from another base station. Now what is interesting is that this current base station that you're looking at is not necessarily serving the people in this location. It is transmitting to other places far off, like the houses that you're seeing way down that side. Those are the ones that are most likely to receive the signal from this particular base station. So there are people that call helplines and say, we live right next to a base station, but we are not receiving any signal. So that explains the science. Yep, that's about it. Thank you for clicking once again. I started by showing you base stations and what they do. Today I feel like I need to share with you my experience with the Lyca Mobile data product, if I could call it that. I've been using the Lyca Mobile SIM card for data, specifically in the MiFi, for about a month. And this has been my experience. So I bought their SIM card. This is what it looks like. Well, this is the SIM. I think it's called a SIM pack. This is where you find the SIM card. Well, this is what it looks like. We all know what this is. So I've had it for about a month, and well, the experience is how can I call it? It's a bittersweet experience. So there are moments when their network is up, there are moments when it's really crappy. But you see, in Uganda, we seem not to have a very clear network on any of the networks that we have. I think it depends on where you're located. There are those places that are really strong with the Lyca mobile network. I happen to use two types of networks. I use the MTN network. This is the MiFi that I have from, I hope you can see it, from MTN. It serves both as a power bank and a MiFi. Surprisingly, this happens to have two SIM slots. So if you have one of these, you're able to have two SIM cards here. I happen to use it alone, but it's good. It's good, but there are moments when I have issues at my home. I think it's because I'm in a valley, so I tend to switch to this, and this is cheap. We all know how affordable this is. Cheap is a very funny word to use. So I bought the Leica SIM card about a month ago, and this has been my experience. Leica has its things. For starters, when I bought the SIM card, I bought a SIM card at 10,000 shillings, and of course I was told I can buy different packages. I first bought 20 GB that costs 10,000 shillings, yeah. I used that. However, there's a time when I had problems and I called the helpline. Now with the helpline is very interesting. The helpline, for starters, you have to remove your SIM card from the MiFi, then you put it in a mobile phone so that you can reach them. They do not have a mobile app that you can through which you can probably check your balance. Some other networks do have that, but these particular fellows are really difficult. When you're checking balance, you literally have to call the helpline and then they'll have to read you your balances. However, I was told that they're going to create a mobile app, as well as, I think, the USSD. For the USSD functionality, you'll have to dial *252#, then you follow the prompts. I'll show you how you get to load the bundles. I apologize for the noise. This place is quite busy. Yeah, let's continue. So when I bought the SIM card from Leica, I wanted to buy the MiFi as well, but I found out that MiFi cost 130k. I didn't have that then, so I decided to look for a MiFi just on the market. There are people that sell these types of MiFis. You'd find them. This cost about 80,000. That was in the second month of the lockdown, so I got one of these. I was really desperate to try out Lyca Mobile. So probably it could be that perhaps the experience is due to the MiFi. Maybe this MiFi is not as good as the ones that Lyca Mobile sells. However, nonetheless, this has had its very good times and bad times. So probably what you'd want to know, obviously, if you want to get a Lyca Mobile, for starters, you need to know whether you're into the environment or the location where they have network. Because if you're far off from their base stations or their area of coverage, obviously you really have a bad experience. And I have friends that have stuck with the MTN network because these guys are literally everywhere you go. Of course, sometimes they have their issues, but probably 95% of the time you won't be disappointed. And yeah, so getting back to these chaps, when you switch on this, of course, you'll see like a mobile right there. And the interesting thing about this particular type of MiFi, obviously the details about how to log on to the the password, and the password of the MiFi is usually at the back. For those that call helplines and want to find out, oops, I don't know whether that's clear enough. I hope it is. For those that usually call a helpline and they're looking for the Wi-Fi key, it's usually located right here at the back. So getting back to the difference between these very two MiFis, probably if I could throw some light, the strengths of these two MiFis is obviously very different. With this, it literally has to be very close to where you are for it to work very well. I don't know whether it's a Lyca Mobile situation or the MiFi itself, but if it's far away from you, you really have problems with the speeds. But with the MTN MiFi, I'm really not worried where I've placed it as long as it's not far away. But with Lyca, I'm so inclined to have it so close to me, because if it's really far away, the internet starts to break, or if I'm watching videos, they really buffer a lot. Now, getting into activation of bundles. For starters, obviously we all know we don't have any scratch cards anymore, but we use mobile money. So regardless of which network you're on, you simply dial *252# let me do that for you, *252#. That's how it should look like. I hope this is clear enough. Then obviously you get in there, you'll find an option, I think it's option 6. When you go to option 6, you'll be it says, when you go to option 6, it will give you the option for buy airtime, internet bundles. So you go to internet bundles. That is if you want to load your bundle for Lyca. It will show you option 3. I hope you're seeing this. Oh my goodness, I hope you are seeing that. Option 3 says Lyca. You hit 3. Then obviously you'll be asked to put your Lyca number. As soon as you put your Lyca number, let me do that. Just a minute. As soon as you punch in your Lyca mobile number, obviously you'll be given the options. Clearly, I really hope you are able to see this. So you choose whichever size that you want. Obviously, I think you've seen that there's also the option of OTT. Those that struggle to find how to load OTT, that's how you'll get to the OTT option. There's weekly. They only have weekly. Yep, they only have weekly, they don't have daily. So you load weekly, monthly OTT, that is for your Lyca SIM card. So the money will be off your mobile money, and the transaction will happen. So now the downsides about Lyca, it's very difficult for you to get through their helpline. Like I mentioned, you need to have that SIM card in a mobile phone to reach them on their toll-free. But if you do not do that, probably if your Leica SIM card is dedicated to your MiFi, it will be very difficult. So you have to load your airtime on whichever network that you're using, then call their helpline. I'll put the number right there. You'll call their helpline, but going through, I pray you go through, because it's very difficult to go through that helpline. Now, obviously, some networks have support channels on social media and WhatsApp. Is WhatsApp a social media platform? Okay, well, I think it is. Yeah, through WhatsApp, Twitter, and Facebook. Some telecoms have really adopted these platforms. You'll be able to get a response. But with Leica, I've really had a difficult experience when I'm trying to reach out to them. I can't remove my SIM card out of the MiFi to reach them. I think their intention is really to utilize the SIM card in a mobile phone, because they also offer mobile money services. However, I haven't seen, I've not seen a mobile money kiosk that allows you to load mobile money on your Leica SIM card. I haven't seen it yet, but I think they would want to operate like any normal mobile network. Yeah, back to the customer service or support situation. You really have to load airtime, call them. If you go through, that's good enough. But I've called them a couple of times and I've seen my airtime run out just like that before getting any help. So you need to be very patient with them. You can write them. Probably they'll respond in 24 hours. Usually that is the time frame that telecom, or rather service providers, give to get back to you within a time frame of 24 hours. If they do, obviously you'll get a good response, but you're most likely going to get an email that shows the coverage. They will simply let you know these are the places where we have coverage. So you definitely have to sort yourself out with that email. So you'll have to be patient, but I've seen a great improvement in their internet coverage in the service. So I think they're really working hard to expand. If you're into Twitter and things like that, please make sure that you're sending to the right Twitter handle. It's difficult to figure out which one is the exact Twitter handle, because the one that I tried to reach out to them through ended up in the UK. So I got a response probably 4 days after. And somebody was telling me to fix my internet settings, fix the APN, if you know, that kind of thing. So Lyca Mobile, please, we like what you're doing. Mobile data is very important right now. I know some telecoms that flourish more on mobile data than voice. So please fix this, because some people prefer to simply send WhatsApp messages than buying minutes for voice. Especially, I think introverts, they would rather send you WhatsApp. If you're calling them, they'll probably not be as happy with you. Bottom line, what I'm saying is that data is very, very important. It's very difficult to survive without data. Lyca Mobile, thank you. If I was to rate your experience right now, honestly, I think I'm giving you a 5. I'll give you a 5 out of 10. There's a lot that you need to do, but it's a good start. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. You could share this video with your friends. And if there's anything that you want me to look at in regards to Leica or any other telecom, please throw it in the description and I'll gladly probably do a video about it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Peace.